is June 10th, 2021. Thanks for watching the Calvary Briefing today. I wanted to give you a reminder that tomorrow is our first FOG of the summer. FOG stands for Family Adventures with God. We're going to be doing it 4 Friday nights during the summer, and we would love to have you. If you are able to come, it doesn't matter what your age is. If you have a family, bring everybody. If it's just you and your wife, if it's just you, if you're a part of the Calvary family or you want to be, come and enjoy FOG. When you're thinking about family adventures with God, think about something like Vacation Bible School for the whole family. We'd love to have you. Call the church office today if you'd like to make sure that we have a reservation, or come on Friday night. We will have room for you. One of the things that we have in our lives and in our language are cliches. When we don't know what to say, oftentimes a cliche, a common saying that many people have in their arsenal of words just comes out. One of the sayings that I often like to say is, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. One of the problems with cliches, however, is that sometimes they aren't true or helpful. In a recent article, Matt Smethurst talked about 5 Christian cliches that we really need to rethink and that we should alter in the way that we use them in our day-to-day language. And one of the first cliches that he mentions is this one. When God closes a door, he opens a window. It's easy to appreciate what is communicated in that cliche. God can do anything he pleases. He redirects our path many, many times. But if God closes a door in your life, there's no guarantee that he will open a window. He may not open anything at all. In fact, he may want you to realize that you are at the wrong address and that he has something completely different for you altogether. When God has something else for you entirely, you can know that it is for your good and his glory. Maybe he doesn't want you to move to that city or take that job or enter that relationship, whether by door or by window. Maybe he wants you to reevaluate what you're doing in light of what you enjoy doing and what you are able to do, and in light of the opportunities in front of you. Saying number 2, cliche number 2, you're never more safe than when you're in God's will. If by that saying you are referring to the big picture of our lives, the eternal picture, we know that as we are followers of Christ, we will be safe. We're guaranteed of safety in eternity. But almost every time that I've heard someone use that phrase, they're actually referring to physical safety here on earth. You may go on a road trip and pray for safety, and you may not have complete safety. There may be purposes far above your safety that God has in mind. I'm reminded of James, who says we should always pray according to God's will. I think of the saying of Justin Martyr, who lived from 100 to 165 AD. And you think about Justin Martyr, we get our word martyr from his name. And Justin Martyr said, "They can kill us, but they cannot harm us." They can kill us, but they cannot harm us. Only a Christian can say something crazy like that, right? God has promised us many wonderful things. We have example after example of all kinds of physical safety in our lives, but there are brutal life circumstances in this fallen world, and we need to pursue God and know that that might lead into some physical danger, and we realize that we do have safety in Him eternally, but we might not always have physical safety here on planet Earth. Cliche number 3, and this is probably the one that you know of best. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Now, this saying can be good if you are at a point in your life where you're a control freak, thinking that you have to control everything. There's a way in which this phrase pushes us toward personal surrender. I need to allow God's ways to have first place here, not my ways. But all too often, that phrase sort of points to someone who is tired of the circumstances and they're just going to lay on the couch and not do anything. I love the saying of J.I. Packer, who, when he looked at this cliche, let go and let God, say, the Christian's motto should not be let go and let God, but trust God and get going. And that ought to be our attitude as well. Cliche number 4, God will not give you more than you can handle. Well, in a culture that tells us we can have anything we desire, this motivational slogan is meant to be an encouragement, to reassure us life won't be too hard. There will be challenges, but God knows our limits and He won't overdo it. The problem, however, is that God will give you more than you can handle. He'll do it to make you lean on Him, and He'll do it because He loves you. Over the years, there are many things that Pastor John Newton has said that have been a real encouragement in my life. You know Newton, who wrote the hymn Amazing Grace, the former slave trader. He was writing to a widow who he knew who was afraid of death. And he wrote this to her. Though our frames and perceptions may vary, the report of faith concerning the time of death is the same. The Lord usually reserves dying strength for a dying hour. When the time shall arrive which He has appointed for your dismissal, I make no doubt but that He will overpower all your fears, silence all your enemies, and give you a comfortable, triumphant entrance into His kingdom. You have nothing to fear from death, for Jesus, by dying, has disarmed it of its sting, has perfumed the grave, and opened the gates of glory for His believing people. The good news is not that God won't give us more than we can handle. It's that He won't give us more than He can handle. Cliche number 5, God helps those who help themselves. Now, this cliche isn't as popular today as it was when I was a younger man. Many people are not aware of the fact that it's actually from Benjamin Franklin, not from the Bible or not from some great saint of yesteryear. If God only helps those who help themselves, we're all sunk, aren't we? God helps those who cannot help themselves, which is you and me. Indeed, He helps those who humble themselves, who repent and rely on Jesus Christ alone. Smethurst closes his little article by writing, speaking biblically isn't just a matter of truth, it's an issue of love. God's words aren't just true, they're also good for the world. May we love our neighbors by stewarding our words and stewarding our words by speaking what is true. Love rejoices with the truth. Well, here's a cliche for you to take with you this summer. Trust God and get going.